Hey guys, Brandy here. I'm in my car and I'm headed to my April Azure haul. And this one's going to be exciting because I'm the point person. Our coordinators had an appointment that they could not reschedule with the drop time today. And so they reached out to me and asked, could I be the point person today? I said, absolutely. I would love to help you in this way. It blesses our family that we have an Azure drop so close to home that we benefit from. So I'm headed there. I got to get there a little early in case the truck gets there early. And everyone has confirmed. So I'm expecting that this will go easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as the kids like to, well, they used to like to say. I don't even know if they say it anymore. So I am on my way to the Azure haul, and then I will show you what I got in this month's haul because it's very different with a lot of what I purchased for this month. So I will check back with you soon. Okay guys, I'm back home. This was a little bit longer drop. Our driver was a little late. He hit some traffic. It's the Friday before spring break, so in the afternoon at that, so everybody's trying to get their kids. I think a lot of people, boy, my hair's a little windblown there. They're trying to get out of town or out of the traffic for spring break traffic. So anyway, see, I had it pulled up in a cute little ponytail, but I did have my windows down and my sunroof up, so I got the windblown hair. But anyway, so he was a little bit late, and then we had a couple folks who did not show, and so one of them just got stuck in traffic and was coming late, so we took care of that. And then one was just, we could not get in contact with her, and and we were the last stop, and he was going home for a week, the driver. And so if it was a staple, like that was not a big deal to put back on the truck. But the cold stuff and perishable things, what they try to do is they try to sell it off the truck at a discount. And they have like a form, and you fill it out, and then it gets called into Azure, and they put it on your thing, and they give you a discount. So we had a few of us who were there. And so a couple of my items were not items I ordered. They're items I've ordered before, and they weren't all cold stuff. I just knew I would have bought that anyway, so I just went ahead and took it off his hands so he didn't have to worry about it. He's been on the road, and he gets a week off to be with his family. He lives in the middle of the country, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. So, and the other ladies picked the other parts that were there, and so it all worked out. But I'm starting out here in the car because I have one thing I'm not carrying inside the house because it's chicken scratch, and I'll show that to you. Okay, so this from Big Sky Organic Feed is a Kamut scratch, and I really love this scratch for my girls. Now that we're in spring and summer, I plan to, as long as I can get it, I will continue to buy this scratch for them. And I add some black oiled sunflower seeds. I also put mealworms and stuff in it. And that's their summer scratch. I don't want anything that has corn in it. Corn heats their body up. And Georgia's plenty hot, and so they don't need that. I usually do a scratch that has organic corn in it for the later in the fall and winter when it's cold. Just to help keep them warm on those cold days. And so that's kind of how I move my scratch around. And the other thing I got for me was Kamut. Y'all know I grind my own Kamut. This is the Kamut berries. And I'm just leaving this out in the car until John gets back, and I'm gonna have him I'm gonna actually put this in the freezer for a few days, and then I will put it in a bucket with a gamma lid. And the reason I put it in the freezer is just because in case there's any creepy crawlies, you know, that takes care of that. And so I was excited to get this. I can get this local at my local bread bakers, and that's typically where I get my grains for my milled wheat. But this was actually $1 cheaper a pound. This is a 25-pound bag than what I would get there, and that included the shipping. So I decided to buy it. This is the name brand, Kamut. It's Corazon wheat is the ancient grain name, and so I'm super excited to get this and save a little bit of money. So let's head into the kitchen so you can see the haul. Okay guys, so this is my haul for this month, and the things that I did not have in this haul that I bought off the truck were the basmati rice, this avocado oil, the Stacy's tortillas, and the einkorn cookies. But I have bought all of those things before, and it made our driver's life a little bit easier. So I just bought them off the truck. So, and like I said, I will get a discount for those items. I think it's a 10% discount, they said, but I don't know. I'm not worried about it because I would eventually buy it anyway. So my main part of my haul, if you can tell, I bought, so let's see, we have chili peppers crushed, cumin, onion powder, nutmeg, mustard seed powder, thyme leaves ground, garlic powder, allspice ground, sage leaves for rubs, black pepper ground, paprika, medium chili powder, marjoram cut and sifted, onion mince pieces, cayenne pepper ground or oregano leaf cut and sifted, and basil cut and sifted. And the reason I bought all of these spices are because Azure, hold on one second, my dog is upset. Sorry, he's been in his kennel while I was gone. I was gone for a little bit. So I love Azure's spices. And one of the things is we're in spring and we'll be in spring and summer. One of the things that I wanted to do is I want to make my own spice blends. I want to try to do that. I've got some different recipes. And one of the reasons I'm really interested in doing that is because I really want to control the salt intake. I am getting older, and I am noticing how my body responds. Even though I eat Redmond's real salt, I don't tend to have a lot of problems with Redmond's real salt. I don't use a lot of it. And I think because it's such good quality, maybe I don't need a lot of it. I've never been a big salt person, but I notice if we're out or in a family, like we had a family birthday last weekend, and I mean, I feel like someone just poured salt in my veins from the food that we had. And so, and I've found that some of the spice mixes you can get in the store, they have a lot of salt in them. And so so anyway, I purchased all of these different spices, and these were the small packages. Like even this, I know that's a big old Mylar bag, but I did the smaller amounts for most of them. Like most of these are 4 ounces. Yeah, 4 ounce. I do have like the chili powder was 1 pound. But most of the stuff is like 4 ounces that I purchased, and I'm excited. I'm going to do a video when we do these rubs and things like that, because I love to put this kind of stuff in rices and meats and beans and things like that. And if I have my own, it'll just make dinner a little bit easier. And so that was the main part of my haul. Of course, you can see I got the dog food again. My dogs love that stuff. They love it. I'm contemplating just buying a case of each of them, but it's not cheap. So I keep getting like the 3 cans of each and spreading it out through the month. But they really like that dog food. And so that was also in my haul. I did get this cold pressed avocado refined oil. I think this one was on sale this past month. I needed more orange blossom honey. I used it up with my last granola, my last batch of granola I made. And the only other thing besides the grains outside that I purchased were 2 supplements. I've got, y'all seen me buy the 5-HTP. The Doctor's Best. I bought another one of those, and this is a new one because I've been learning about feverfew in my medicinal plant class. And feverfew is supposed to be really great for like headaches and just minor aches and pains and stuff like that. And so I bought a bottle, and so I want to give that a try. Particularly, it's supposed to be good for migraines. And I have a son my son who has asthma gets migraines. So allergies, things like that can trigger it for him. So I am excited to try that and see if that's beneficial, because he doesn't like having to take high dosages of ibuprofen and things. So I want to give it a try for him, and I'd like to try it. So this is my Azure haul for April. And so I actually think we may end up, it's hard to know for sure, but this came in on March 31st, but this is our April drop. And so I think we may end up with another drop at the end of April. We'll either end up having an overlap at the end of April or in May. So because you have these months where you end up getting like 5 weeks or whatever. It just happens usually once or twice a year with our Azure drop where we might end up with 2 in a month, just because it comes at the very beginning and the very end. So we will see. But anyway, I was the coordinator today. I can't get over this hair. Sorry. I was kind of the drop point person today, helping out our person. They had an appointment they could not change, and I felt like it went okay, even though we did have this hiccup where a couple of them, well, one was very late and the other one didn't come. And so that was a new experience for me, because normally I just get my stuff and I go. So I didn't even realize there was this thing where you could order off the truck if there was something left. So that was a neat experience, and something I'll probably look to, because if they got something maybe you were wanting to order but they ran out, like there was some cheese. I didn't need cheese because I got cheese last month, and so I'm still good. But there was another lady, and she's like, they sold out on the cheese. And so she bought the cheese, because this other person had it in their order. So that was kind of a neat thing, and that was different. And I really just wanted to talk just a second about our driver. He was so incredibly nice. And we asked him while we were sitting there waiting, making phone calls, texting the people who weren't there. And we were like, well, how do you like working for Azure? And he's like, they're a great company. He said they are one of the nicest companies to work for. He said they're good to us. And he said, my biggest issue, of course, is just being away from my family. That's the hard part of it, which I imagine that's true with any kind of trucking job, and is the time that you're away. So he was really excited to get home and be home with his family. He lives in the Midwest, and he was going to get to be home for a week. So I hope he has safe travels. It was good to hear that Azure treats their employees well, and so I just thought that really spoke a lot for their company. I've already been so impressed with their company. So I just wanted to share that. So if you are interested in Azure, I will leave a link in the description. And it was funny, we had a couple new people who had never done it today at our drop. And so it's always fun, because when people do their first drop, they just maybe get 1 or 2 things, because they're not real sure what to think about it. And then they show up and they see all these people, or we have people with their gorilla carts, and because a lot of people get like, they mix their own animal feed and stuff, so they get all the grains from Azure and then they mix them up for their animals. So they kind of saw all these different people and the different types of products that they were getting from Azure, and what was really neat is they were able to talk to us and ask us, well, what do you like? What are some of the products you like? And because this was all new to them, they saw a YouTube channel or something where someone was talking about Azure, and they're like, I think I want to try this, So anyway, if you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I will do my best to answer any of the questions. I have been shopping monthly with Azure since, I think it was October, November. It was either the end of October, beginning of November of 2021, when I was one of the first people at our drop. Our drop was a new drop when I signed up to do it. And I haven't looked back since. I have a fly in my house. That's what I get for leave the doors open yesterday so the dogs could come in and out. Are you okay? What is it? Did you miss your mommies? Did you miss your mommies? Yeah, my sweet boy. He loves his people. So, and apparently I am his people. It's okay. Get down. Get down. Get down. Thank you. And so anyway, so I've done Azure consistently for a while now. So if you have questions and or concerns, just let me know, and I'm happy to answer the questions. I feel like as far as pricing goes, I have a video where I kind of price compared Azure with Costco, and because there are some products that you can get at Costco that Azure also carries. And I think the biggest difference is the quantity that you can get, where you can get smaller amounts at Azure, and Costco, it's all the bulk. And so there were a few things that were cheaper at Costco, but overall, I think you can find something that is comparable at Azure. And I would say, I guess the big difference would be things like, because I'm in Georgia and Azure's coming out of the Pacific Northwest, it's like dairy. Like, it's okay. I do pretty well, like getting the Nancy's cottage cheese, things like that. I typically get good dates on all of that. And so I haven't had a lot of problems with that. But like if I wanted heavy cream or things like that, those dates are not as great. And they're very forthwith, on their site. They do their best to try to get you at least 7 days, but it's still coming a long way. So those kinds of things, you might want to use a Costco or somewhere else. I joined Costco because we had a couple big ticket things that we're purchasing. And so it made sense to get the membership for that. Up until that point, I had not had a Costco membership for more than 10 years. And when this year is up, I don't know that I will continue with the Costco membership. I just don't know that it's necessary. We will see. I may change. But for right now, I really feel like I can get the things that I need in bulk, I can get from Azure, and the things I don't get in bulk, I can get at other places where I don't have to pay a membership fee. So that's just my take on it, and pricing and stuff like that. That you still have sometimes where you get a good deal, but the truth of it is I could go to any grocery store, market, things like that, and I might find a good deal, So I don't know if that would warrant a membership. And the great thing about Azure is there is no membership. You can try it. And if you like it, you just keep doing it. If you don't ever have to do it again. And you're not, locked into any of that kind of stuff. So anyway, I hope you found value in this. If Azure is something you have been interested in, I have bought some of my meats off of Azure before. I'm really pretty well stocked up in my meats. And I've been trying to get most of my meats more local. And so unless it was like the venison and things like that, that was something where I was able to get it off of Azure, and that was not something I could necessarily find local. So, all the meats that I've tried from that, they're very good, you know. So if that's something that you're interested in, their fruits and vegetables, frozen fruits and vegetables, are very good, high quality, and I just didn't need any of that today. So stay tuned for the use of all these spices as we make some rubs and just different mixtures for cooking at home. So with that, I hope you found value. If you did, we would love a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel and you have not subscribed, we would love if you would subscribe to the channel. It helps us grow our platform. If you know someone who's asked or talked to you about Azure and you feel like this is good information for them, please share the video. Again, that also helps us grow our platform. And with that, I'm wore out. I'm wore out. I was up late last night canning them collard greens, and I haven't even had lunch yet, and it's after 3. So I'm going to have me a little something for lunch, and I'm going to put up my stuff, and I don't know, I might relax for a little bit. So with that, I hope you have a great one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.